We play and call it work.
MiniWarGamer Dave here from MiniWarGaming.com. Welcome, Wargamers, to another Sit and Talk. Today is an excellent day. I'm going to be answering your questions. I haven't done this in a while, so it's I like it because I like to stay in touch with you guys. I have been very busy working on the bunker, so I haven't been making as many videos, which is why you haven't seen me in as many videos. But I am working on the bunker, which is very exciting because that's the thing that I'm thinking about right now, and I got to change gears, and that's what I'm doing. Also, if you have any questions or comments or anything like that, leave it next week for Chris. Next week is Chris, so leave your and direct your comments towards him next week. So, diving right into the questions that you've left. Hero Kid Star says, I love the content on the site a lot, probably a repeated question, but how's the bunker coming along? Also, any tips on starting a Chaos Army? I like the idea of sound guns, but don't like that Chaos God. Does the cooler Chaos Gods have something as interesting? A couple questions there. One, bunker. I'll give you a little bit of a tidbit just because I want to talk more about it later. But all I'll say is the bunker is coming along very well. I am doing specific vlog updates for the bunker, so if you haven't seen those, check those out. In fact, tomorrow I'm filming another bunker update, and that's going to be really fun because we're working on gaming tables right now currently, because we're still waiting for the permits to go ahead and do all the electrical and HVAC and building of walls and framing and all of that stuff. So in the meantime, I'm building gaming tables with the help of Drewski and Vito and our general contractor, Chris, as well. He's giving us a hand as well with some of the tables. So that's a very general, how's the bunker going? Not getting into any specifics, unless some specific questions are going to come along, which I'm guessing that they will. I haven't actually looked over the questions that you guys have left. As for Chaos Army and not collecting Slanesh, well, you didn't specifically say that. You didn't implicitly say that, but you did say sound guns. And that's, to my knowledge, the only type of gun for that type of army that exists in Chaos. So what I would recommend is if you don't want to do that, but you do want to do that because you like the idea of sound guns, which is interesting. So it depends on how you play. Do you play fluffy or do you play numbery? And when I say that, I mean tournament-y. And when I say that, I mean play by the numbers, which I don't recommend playing by. I like playing Rule of Cool. So if you're playing just for the sheer fact that you like how the gun works and its numbers, then you're not playing for the lore of it. I like playing more for the lore of an army. Otherwise, I would collect certain armies that I don't like because they are better than other armies. I'm not going to name the names of the armies. I'm just going to state that as a fact, as a matter of life. So that being said, I would go Khorne. That's just me because I like close combat. So, and they're not even the best close combat army. It pains me to say that, but it's true. They're not. But they are so much fun. Their flavor is amazing. So that's another god that I would choose. I would consider choosing. If you want to go like really resilient, then go Nurgle. Collect a Death Guard army. That's just how it's working right now. That's the name of the game for Chaos currently. I would go that route. But if you're going just really cool, go Khorne. Because you can't go wrong when it comes to the rule of cool of Khorne, because Khorne is always cool. Which is oxymoronic because it comes from fire and okay, anyway. Ironclad24 says, Dave, just a quick question for you and the crew at MWG. What company/website do you guys use to make your custom dice? It seems that almost every member of MWG has their own set of custom dice to use for bat reps, and they always look great. I tried doing some research myself, but just didn't decide on one site to use. Keep up the great work. We use Chessex. That's the website that we use. Sergeant Savia says, Dave, if you had to fire Quirk, how would you do it? Also, can we get the crazy challenge videos back? I always enjoyed the eating competitions. Doesn't have to be disgusting food, just can be volume like the eggnog challenge. Thanks. So, a couple things there that I need to respond to. One is Quirk. How would I fire him? Let's see, how would I fire Quirk? I think I would... You know, this is you know, we've got to bring something up here because this is something that Quirk fears every day of his life, that he will be fired. I don't actually know if that's true. Let's see if this is actually true. So how would you go about doing that?
Doing what?
Oh, I think you know.
But I don't know.
But you do, and so since you do, then it's much easier because asking you from the source makes much more sense than me just coming up with a reason. You might as well come up with it because then it's like, you know, self-imposed.
I don't. What?
So that's how you would do it? You would just be confused about it.
So
that's how I should do it?
Confused, so I'm assuming that's how I would be confused. I can smell a lot of protein on your breath. You've been working out, sir.
I have been, and I can smell coffee on your breath.
Energy drinks, probably.
Really?
It's like 9 o'clock in the morning, so energy
Oh,
drinks.
okay. So protein, energy drinks equals energetic protein?
That would make sense.
We are mighty close right now.
We are incredibly close.
We're very close. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Actually, no, it looks like it.
Yeah, okay, you can see how close we are.
Okay. Didn't answer the question at all.
I don't know what the question is.
But you do.
No, I don't.
But you're just acting like you don't. I don't know why. You're a good actor. You're a good actor.
I'm an okay actor.
No, you're a very good actor.
I'm an okay actor.
Play Mogra.
No. I don't want to put the mask on again.
So I just told him what the question was off camera. This is mean. Why would you ask me that? Come on.
What did I do to deserve that?
Yeah, he did nothing.
Oh, I'm going to get fired now.
Back to the crazy challenge videos. I would really love to do some. In fact, there's been a couple videos that I have done and not edited yet. So I'm not going to tell you what they are. I don't know why I lied to you. I will tell you. It's Vegemite. We tried Vegemite. I didn't edit it yet, though. That was an interesting video. It was disgusting. It's like eating solidified soy sauce. It was really bad. But I should really remember to edit that because that was done a while ago, like a year ago. Wow. Gee, what happens? And food for thought here. Pun intended. There's an old man joke. I apologize for it, but I'm going to do it again, so I'm not going to apologize for it. But our highest viewed video is a food challenge video. And if you don't know what it is, look it up because then you get to watch it. And you continue to make it the highest video. And I don't know why Adolescent is coming out. And let's see. Sticky Blue Toffee says, hey Dave, in Luke's 2009 Sit and Talk a couple of weeks ago, there was a mention of a small demon that stalks the corridors of NWG at night. I figured if such a thing existed as a worshiper of chaos, you would know. Does this one of the warp exist, and if so, will he be lost when you move to the bunker? Are demons ever truly lost? Do they really have confined spaces in the material world? I don't think so. I think they're able to go in and out as they please, wherever they want, because of the warp. Again, with the Adolescent, I don't know why. Hey, Dave, bunker? Question mark. That was Mac. And it's Hawk? Yes. Thank you, sir. Thank you for that. So, Dave, ... bunker is your comment or question. Yes, I am working on the bunker pretty much 4 days a week. I say pretty much because sometimes it's 5. Occasionally I come in and I do stuff like this where it's like very small and not incredibly time consuming to do videos, which is killing me because I love doing videos. As long as I exist, as long as I am 50% owner in MiniWarGaming, I will be making videos because I love it. If we somehow had this windfall of millions and millions and millions upon millions of dollars, where I was not required to do this in order to draw in vault members, I would still deliberately choose to do this because I love it so much. I do. I love making battle reports, and I love making content. I love making fun videos. I love making. So, what was your question? Your question was bunker. Okay, so like I'm doing the bunker right now, which is also very. Whatever I do, I have a lot of passion for. So, I have to change gears, and then I just do whatever I'm working on. And right now, that's the bunker. So I have to disengage from videos and just full throttle into the bunker because that's the only way it's going to get done the way I want it to get done. And you guys you'll thank me later for it just because when you come, my goal is that when you come and visit MiniWarGaming, you will never want to leave and you will look at it and you will be like, wow. You know, you can spend hours in each studio, and just get lost in the worlds that they are, and look at all the detail everywhere, and that's my joy. That's my enjoyment. So, no different than you painting a model and saying, "Hey, Dave, take a look at this model. Look at the paint job. Look what I did. Look at the hours of work that I did. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out." Right? And then I look at it like, "Oh, that's cool. That's really awesome." That feeling that you get when you show off that model that you're so proud of, that's the exact same feeling that I get when I show off a studio. It's the same thing. It's the same concept. It really is. From artist to artist, that is the feeling that goes around. So that's what I can relate it to. Let's see. Idejanovic. Hi, Dave. Traveled from Europe to Quebec City on business this week so I can watch Quirk from the neighborhood. Question for you regarding Flesh Tearers, Tactics, and 8th. With tactical squads, I tend to play 5 guys, Sergeant with Combi Melta and a Chainsword, and 1 guys with Heavy Flamer or a Melta. For Assault Marines, 5 guys with 2 Flamers. Do you think that 10-man squads are move viable, perhaps? Are move viable or more viable? You probably meant to say more viable. The way morale works now, I am leaning towards smaller squads, but am interested to hear your thoughts. Keep up the good work. You know, it's interesting because I like to play it both ways. I'm a fan of both for different reasons. I like the larger squads because they last longer, because it takes longer to kill them. But I also like the smaller squads for mobility purposes. So it really depends on the mood that I'm in. It really does. I would say it might be a 51-49 though, smaller squad to large squad. And the reason being is because it's not as cumbersome, and there's more targets for your opponent, and it's basically spreading out the firepower. So it's better for you because your opponent would focus the same amount of. Well, I guess they can call the shots beforehand, but even still, it's a gamble to be like, okay, I'm going to call the shots here on this one, and then maybe 1 weapon in this squad can go against that one. Smaller squads are definitely, it gives you more options, more mobility. So I would lean towards that, just slightly more towards that. If you're asking which you are. Iron-headed painting. Try twitch.tv instead of Yahoo Live, and you won't have to pay a fee for it. Okay. I don't think that comment was directed towards me, though, because there's absolutely no context, and I've never once mentioned Yahoo Live. So, going on to the next one. William Ka says, to whoever, never announced, you have 1 movie or TV show to introduce into Warhammer 40k from now. What would it be? You have 1 movie or TV show to introduce into Warhammer 40k. Does that mean... I don't quite understand the question. To whoever never announced, you have 1 movie or TV show to introduce into Warhammer 40k from now. What would it be? Okay, from that, I'm going to deduce that you mean I'm going to have a show or movie created in the 40k universe. So I'm assuming that's what that means. That's my assumption. I'm going to completely throw this out here. I think it would be interesting if David Fincher directed a series of Warhammer 40k. It's completely out of left field, and the reason why is because the movies that he creates are, and shows for that matter, because he also did House of Cards, a number of episodes, and I believe some other shows too, I believe. But for the movies that he's done, this is his track record, okay? He's done The Game, Panic Room, Fight Club, Benjamin Button. That's kind of like his style, right? What's the other one? The one with Ben Affleck and what's her face? Gone Girl? Yeah, Gone Girl. So that's his style of movie. And that doesn't fit the Warhammer 40k universe. And so I think if he were to make a movie, it would be character-driven with the 40k backdrop surrounding the characters, as opposed to a movie that's focused solely on CG and metal clashing, like Michael Bay. So I think that choosing a director like that would give a completely different perspective on a world that I love so much. And that would be a good choice. If that even remotely answers the question that you asked, if I'm understanding it correctly. Maybe I'm not, but that's the answer to the question nonetheless. And here we go. So let's do the next one, which is Draws 1973. Says, hi Dave. What do you think the stratagems introduced for the Space Wolves in Chapter Approved? Do you think Cunning of the Wolf will be FAQ'd in the future? I don't. To be absolutely honest, I haven't looked at it, and it's because I'm working on the bunker. That's the truth. I have not. It's I've wanted to look closely at that, and I don't remember it enough to actually speak intelligently about it. So I'm not going to. I'm not even going to pretend. So I don't think it'll be FAQ. I don't have anything in the brain to comment about it. Captain Snickdaka says, Dear Dave, who is not Chris, why do bananas need sunscreen? Because they peel. Oh, that is an old man joke if I've ever heard one. Whoa. Big Mikey says, Dave, hope all is going well with you /bunker/life, etc. With the new Chaos Demons Codex out, will you be playing demons more or possibly including them in your army more often? Keep on being awesome. I won't be including them more because I am a Chaos Space Marines player, not a Chaos Demons player. That's just not how I roll. The only Chaos Demons that I have included in my armies are those that were included in Khorne Demonkin, which has sadly been rolled into the past. So that's not a thing anymore. If it were to become a thing in the future, which I really, really hope it does, then I shall bring them out again to the degree that I will be bringing them out. But I say this now, without having had an opportunity to truly experiment and explore it. But as it stands right now, no, not gonna. It doesn't call to me. It doesn't speak to me like the Chaos Space Marines do. Because I'm a true Chaos player, man. A true Chaos Space Marines player, not Chaos in general. Chaos Space Marines player. It's a very big difference. Okay, Bilge Rat says, Dave, I know you see them as enemies of Khorne, but do you think all the Slaanesh army can work, and all Slaanesh army can work in 40k? Quirk thinks that would be too weak and squishy to be effective. Depends on your definition of work means. Work as in you will have the absolute most fun when you play with an army. That's subjective. So then, yes, if that is your definition of fun. Work as in win a tournament, I personally don't think so. And especially if you're talking about demons, then I don't think so. So that's my 2 cents on that. William Cause says, I don't watch the vault first before I ask the question. And you shan't. Actually, it doesn't make sense. Why would you watch the vault first, then ask the question? Life in reverse must be an interesting view. Asmodeus says, Dave, after the bunker's finished, do you have plans to play Age of Sigmar with the rules of 40k falling so close? It seems now more often than ever is the time to make the plunge. Well, if that is the case, then it's not going to be until the bunker's done, which is like projected to be fall or more. It's really impossible to know exactly when it's going to be done, just because a project of this magnitude, it gets done when it gets done, and not going to sacrifice quality. This is going to be done to the utmost, to the best of the abilities of everyone working on it, and nothing will be skimped, nothing will be sacrificed in terms of quality. It's going to be the absolute best for you guys, for the video content and for the guests, both. Digital says, Dave, if you should build an army focused about Skarbrand and Khorne demons, how would you build it if you should fight a lot of shooting like Ultramarines? Again, with the demons. Oh. Well, since we are talking about that, then I might as well just talk about it. Because I always gravitate to the armies that I loved when I played Khorne Demonkin, and so I would gravitate to the same things, even if it isn't the most numbers crunching, math hammering, just because I like it and it's fun. So that means I like flesh hounds, I like speed, I like the wounds, so I would do that. And blood crushers, I think that makes sense too. And the reason why is just because I picture in my mind what that would look like in real life. And it would look absolutely terrifying. And so that's really all that matters. It's the rule of cool there. I am not a tournament player. I am not a power gamer. I am a play for fun player. I am a banter first and play after, because I like to have fun with my opponent. My goal is to make an entertaining video, not a video that showcases how to absolutely obliterate people and not make friends in life. That's not my goal. My goal is to have fun. So that's what I would do. I would base it off of that. In fact, I would actually try to create an army that represents a battle on the battlefield and create a custom scenario that tailors itself around that army, because I think that's a lot more interesting than just let's make the absolute maxed out cheese list and fight it against something else, because it's a matter of numbers at that point. And it's just a matter of, okay, let's calculate this, and you don't even need models at that point. You could just replace them with popsicle sticks, and it really is the same difference, because at that point your hobby isn't wargaming. Your hobby is counting. And I don't like counting as a hobby, so that's just not me. I like cool, nice, fun, pretty things as they blow up and scream. That's the truth. What's the next question here? Let's see. Okay. Gamer Gunslinger says, hey Dave, I'm still pretty new to playing 40k. I recently got the Dark Imperium set after falling in love with Nurgle. Any ideas on expanding on the Death Guard army from the Dark Imperium set? Thank you. Would you look at this? I got some Vindicators. Yes, I would add tanks. Tanks of all sorts, tanks of the old, tanks of the new. That's what I would do. That's what I'm doing currently. So that's what I recommend for you. And we're back with another shirt on because I had to step out. So this is another comment here from BAD. Bad. Dave, what are your thoughts on the new Tau Codex that was just teased? What sort of models/rules do you hope they get for 8th edition? Will you be picking up a start collecting box? Well, Mr. Bad, that was a bad question. Are you expecting an answer, like a real answer? An answer that you would get if you were to ask just any regular player of Chaos who hates Tau? Because that is exactly what is not going to happen. My thoughts are no thoughts, because if you don't think something, it doesn't exist. Therefore, no thoughts will be given. And will I start collecting box? I will not. In fact, I will burn them all. Anyone that enters this building shall be burned through the doorway, because that's how we cook fish, is through a ring of fire. That's a different type of ring. No! You asked me a question. All right, so D Crab. Dave, my 12-year-old grandson is a Tau player. I'm so sorry, man. I'm so sorry. Are you available for an intervention? How do I turn him to the light? Can't do Chaos. His mom won't like that. All right, so your next best thing is Blood Angels or Space Wolves. How do you turn him to the light? Well, I believe that if you have poison in your possession, the one thing to do is to purge the poison before you can start to get healthy. So you're just going to have to one day take all the models away, put them in the dumpster. That's the only way. How else? You got to purge it. Get rid of the problem and replace it with something better, something that he will spend his time on. After a while, it'll become a faded memory, and he will never even know the difference. Okay, so Shogun 111. Nope, that's not for me. CLDC 89. Dave, I'm looking to start a Chaos army, and my plan is to have World Eaters and Demons, Corn Demons. I read that opposite. Any advice you can give on where to start? I love the content. Keep up the great work. So, what would I do? Karn the Betrayer. We'll get Karn, because Karn is fun. It's real cool and it's all fun, man. I get Karn. He's a fun guy to play with. Oh, let's get a bunch of Khorne Berserkers and Rhinos. That's what I would do as well. I think that in addition to this, getting something to protect your Rhinos, like Bikers, or Cultists, something to put in front of your rhinos, because if you do that, then whatever unit you're attacking, it's going to have to get through this whole wall of fodder, and then you can just disembark your Khorne Berserkers, and you can attack twice. That's really what it's all about. That's one of the most immensely happy moments, is when you get to attack first with Khorne Berserkers, and then you get to attack again. That is one of the best things about Warhammer 40k 8th edition, is attacking with Khorne Berserkers. So anything you can do to do that. Get at least 8 of them. You might want to get 80. If you get 88, that's even better. Get a lot of Khorne Berserkers, man. A lot. And get the extra attacks on them. Choose the weapon that does this, because you will be very happy that you did so. Because rolling that amount of dice, that takes 2 hands to roll dice, it's just that much better. It's that much better, man. Yeah. Let's see, where are we going? Something Angry says, Yar, Dave, when we see the Mastodon, beloved by all, appear in a 30k bat rep, will you ever play an Age of Sigmar game after you get moved into the new studio? This seems like a very familiar question, like I've had it before. And, you know, to be honest, I love the models in Age of Sigmar. Specifically, I love the Khorne models. They're beautiful looking. They look gorgeous. So, it's interesting you phrase it that way. You're like, when are you going to play after the studio's done, or after the bunker's done? That is when I'm going to start playing Age of Sigmar, is when the studio's done. So, yeah. Diecast says, Dave, MWG has been noticeably lacking in the banter department. I realize you're probably busy with a new bunker, but any idea when the banter bat reps will return? Also, when will the next banter bat rep be happening? It will be a bit before we do. Actually, we're doing an Apocalypse game, aren't we? We're going to do that soon. Matt and I are going to have an Apocalypse game. But you are absolutely correct in that the banter bat rep, the banter department, has been lacking, and it will be this way for a number of months, a good number of months, because I am focusing my attention on the bunker. In fact, the way my mind works is when I'm working on a project, I like to just fully engage in that project. So the sheer fact that I'm here right now making this sit and talk is disengaging me from working on the bunker, and it is challenging. Because my mind it's an all or nothing mind. It's once I steer the will in a direction, that's where it goes. And other things that try to jump on they fall off, because the will train is just going. So yeah. Banter bat reps in the future, they will come back. And when they do come back, man, they're going to come in full force. That's just how it's going to work. But in the meantime, through the Painting Partner Program and through other means, we are continuing to bolster the forces of chaos. And so when there is a returning of the Banter bat reps, it's going to be in full force. And it's going to be up to date. And it's going to be glorious. There will be the Chaos Wheel of Death included, and it'll be a good day. It'll be happy. So that's really it. Just going on the bunker a little bit, I am making those vlog updates, and so you can watch those and get all the details, because I'll be making an in-depth, detailed video of what specifically we are currently working on. And in addition to this, it will be, it'll be chock full of like specifications and details. I got really distracted. Somebody just put a letter under my door, and so I'm looking at it, and I'm like, oh, that's crazy. Anyway, I'm excited to make those vlog updates, just because I get to share that with you, and that's all part of the bunker, so it doesn't disengage me from the bunker, right? It's a quick video. There's no editing needed necessarily. It's just take a look at what we're working on. And we are working on tables, gaming tables. And I can't wait to show you visually. When I show you visually, then it's like, man, like they are what they are, and they're cool. They're cool looking, because my goal is to just completely immerse you guys immerse you in this awesome world that we love so much. When you come and visit, especially, you'll be in these studios and the tournament room and the bunker rooms and the store. Heck, even the hallways, man. When you're in the hallway, look around here, right? This is like, the hallways will be themed. They will be nothing in comparison to the actual studios, but the hallways themselves will be themed, and it'll be cool. It'll be like, man, this is a cool hallway. I like being here. I like the feeling here. I like how it makes me feel. It feels awesome. I feel like I'm in the 41st millennium. Like, it's just this feeling. And my goal is to make you never want to leave. In fact, we're building a special room in the basement, so you can't leave. You're going to be trapped. And, it's all in the name of goodness and funness. So that's that. And there's also another thing that I'd like to mention. And I'm going to be making a video series about this soon. And you're probably thinking, Dave, I thought you said you're talking about your work in the bunker, and you're going to make another video series, but that's contradictory. But it's not regular content related. It is an exercise vlog content style, which will be on the vlog channel, the MiniWarGaming vlog channel on YouTube. It'll be posted on the MiniWarGaming site, but it won't be posted to the main MiniWarGaming YouTube channel because it's not miniature wargaming related. It is an exercise vlog for wargamers, or for anyone really, but it's targeted to wargamers because that's my people, right? You guys. So what I'm doing is I'm participating in a Spartan race. I'll be doing this with Drewski. I talked to Jason from Frontline Gaming. He'll also be part of the vlog series. I talked to WH40K couple as well. They have a YouTube channel. They are a couple who make 40K videos. Met them at LVO. Fantastic couple. And they're also big into fitness. So they're also participating. And there's going to be a number of other people participating in this with me and with us. And it's going to be awesome because there are races to prepare for. And I have found that when there is a specific goal in terms of fitness that you have, the likelihood of success is drastically increased. Because if it's just, oh, I want to get in better shape, I want to get down to 10% body fat, or whatever the general goal like that is, it doesn't work as well. And so I am experimenting with having a specific goal, having a specific deadline and a specific race to attend and participate in. And so we shall see what happens. I suspect anyway, that getting down to 10% body fat and getting in better shape and stronger and endurance up and all those are all incidental. Those are going to happen anyway, just through doing the training, just through doing what I'll be doing. And I want to project that onto you as well, for all those who want to participate and take part in it, in this community. Because what I eventually want to do is get t-shirts made up, and we are all we're all part of the same team. We can meet up at the Spartan races, and then we can obliterate it together. My goal isn't to get first. I'm not an athlete. But my goal is to complete it. When you complete it, you get a medal. And when you get a medal, it shows that you've completed it, and it just feels really good because you got a medal. And if you do all 3 races in the same calendar year, then you get another special prize saying that you've completed all 3 in the same calendar year. So that's what I want. I want to win some medals this year, and I would love for you to win some medals with me. So I'll give you more details on that when I actually make the vlog video, which will be posted on the MiniWarGaming vlog YouTube channel and on the MiniWarGaming site under the vlog section on the side. So stay tuned for that. If you're wanting something to be a part of in terms of your fitness life and fitness goals, then I recommend that, because it's important, man. It's important that we incorporate this in our lives. It's like the last 5 minutes of this video talking about that. I wasn't expecting that, but it's good. It's all good. And I'll tell you the truth, man. Preparing for this race, heck, preparing for these races, plural, pretty terrifying. You got to be able to do monkey bars. You got to be able to run long distances. So both of those are strengths that I don't currently have, but I aim to have them. So again, with the will train, it's the sheer will. Let's do it. Let's do it together. I think it'd be a lot of fun and very awesome. So I'm going to continue this in the vault. So click on the link below to watch more and more of the discussion in the MiniWarGaming vault, the Sit and Vault. And I'll see you there. Thank you very much, and happy wargaming.